And stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
Open up Netflix right now and look at the comedy section. What do you see? Go ahead, look. It's a ghost town. It's an absolute graveyard of 2004 reruns and movies starring TikTok influencers who just learned how to blink on command. Hollywood has completely murdered the mid-budget comedy. They dragged it out back, hit it with a spreadsheet, and replaced it with purple fucking lasers. But before the genre completely vanished in the corporate abyss, we got a string of late 2000s movies that critics absolutely hated, but secretly contained the hidden secrets of the fucking universe. Exhibit A is Couples Retreat, released in 2009, crushed by critics with a spectacular 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. People called it a shallow, lazy cash grab. But today I am here to prove to you that this movie is secretly a deeply profound, emotionally devastating masterpiece about marital rot and existential dread, disguised as an excuse for a Vince Vaughn to get a free tan and a Bora Bora. Let's break it down. On the surface, yeah, Couples Retreat definitely looks like the ultimate product of late 2000s studio laziness. It's all the mandatory ingredients. You've got Vince Vaughn doing his classic I talk faster than my brain can process thoughts routine, and you've got John, played by the legendary Fozzie in Love, dating a 20-year-old who treats him like a walking ATM, and to top it all off, you have a hilariously jacked Jean Reno playing a resort guru named Marcel. It looks like a tax write-off, but if you strip away the low-hanging fruit, like the scene where an overly aggressive yoga instructor practically pretzels them into a human origami swan.
Here is my karma on you.
Jason!
You have a great aura. Yeah.
Jason!
Encouragement. There, you need to find your mental equilibrium.
This movie is secretly an absolute tactical strike on the reality of modern relationships. It's deceptively deep, guys. Look at the plot. Jason Bateman and Christian Bale play Jason and Cynthia. They don't drag out their friend group to this tropical paradise for a fun vacation. No, they hold their friends hostage in a literal PowerPoint presentation because their marriage is actively falling apart, and they have a corporate analytical 5-year plan to fix their emotional infertility using a high-end therapeutic island called Eden. But the magic of the film isn't that the couple know they are broken, it's the other 3 couples who think they are completely fine.
Kevin, that's not a real toilet. Sweetheart, he's pissed in the middle of the whole thing. Buddy, I gotta go.
But Cynthia and I are willing to offer you a life-changing opportunity.
Jason, you don't understand. My son is literally peeing right into the store. I gotta go. Honey, why in the world would you be buying a motorcycle that you can't afford?
Dave, you're white. You can't understand this. This is something different.
Don't play the race card with me, Fruit Loop.
Daddy, what's taking so long?
Hey, babe, I'm on the phone, and I would prefer if you didn't call me that in public.
Whoa, wait a second. You going out?
Yeah, I'm going out.
What are you wearing?
Shorts.
Shorts. It's a maxi pad.
My husband found himself in a very traumatic shark situation.
Here we go.
As we were planning to go to the waterfall and have a romantic evening, because, as you know, we don't do that very often because of the kids and work. But somehow this crazy, traumatic shark experience was enough to make him neglect his wife.
Ronnie, nice to meet you. Well said. David, how did that make you feel?
I know my truth.
I know my truth? Oh, boy.
Listen, I'm telling you, you getting on my last nerve. Yo, I ain't signed up for this. Yo, you said we was gonna be dancing. You said we was gonna be partying. You said we was gonna be doing what we do. You made promises, Daddy.
Well, look, they got me doing a lot of activities. What do you expect from me? I'm tired.
You tired? Yo, I'm tired. Plain and simple, I ain't having it.
Okay, let's start here. Lucy, you go first. I want you to look at Joey and say hi. And Joey, after you've heard that, I want you to look back at Lucy and say hello in return. And then we'll just see where it goes from there, okay? Hi.
Hello.
You kept saying open and fruitful and other weird stuff that's not feeling, it's just more talking in short half sentences, and you managed to turn feeling into a job or an activity, and it was exhausting.
So now it's my fault that you don't feel satisfied.
Everything is my fault? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
You don't look at me. You don't ever ask me how I am.
You haven't looked at me in 10 years.
I'm crazy, and everything is my fault, and my family is awful, and nothing at all is your fault, because you rock, Joey.
If a guy talked to me like that, I'd punch him in the face.
Oh, you're such an asshole!
You're an asshole!
like a little kid who gets a puppy for the first time, just hugs it so much, snaps its neck. Cynthia's your puppy. It's puppy cradle death syndrome. All that love is gonna snap that puppy. You don't want that.
The movie gives us 3 distinct, hilarious flavors of relational decay. Vince Vaughn and Malin Ackerman as Dave and Ronnie, they represent what I call functional numbness. They aren't fighting, they love each other, but they are drowning in the quicksand of home renovations, screaming children, and buying Target marketed lawnmowers. They are so busy managing the logistics of being alive that they've entirely forgotten how to just exist together and be teammates. Their intimacy didn't die because of a massive blowout. It died because they have a scheduled sex into a shared Google Calendar between grocery shopping and dental appointments. Then you have Jon Favreau and Christian Davis as Joey and Lewis. And oh boy, this is where the comedy gets darker than black coffee at midnight. They are high school sweethearts who openly, aggressively despise each other. They are only staying together until their daughter goes to college in a few months. The movie actively dives into the grim reality of premeditated infidelity. Joey is out here actively hunting for another woman, and Lucy is doing the exact same thing. When Joey mistakenly thinks an attractive resort worker is an adult entertainer, he doesn't lead to a wacky 3 companies misunderstanding. It leads to a genuinely sad, raw confrontation where they realize they wasted 20 fucking years of their youth on a ghost. And finally, you have John, trying to cure his midlife crisis by dating a 20-year-old named Lacey who listens to music and doesn't understand and makes him feel 1,000 years old. It played for a cheap laugh, sure, but it's hilarious, tragic. Look at the guy who is utterly terrified of growing old and alone. Finally, when they go to the single side where they're completely forbidden from going Eden East, they are forced into mandatory therapy sessions that completely shatter their defense mechanisms. The movie shows that saving a relationship isn't about a grand romantic gesture or a boombox outside of a window. It's about surviving the ugly, terrifying process of emotional skinning. Dave has to admit he's emotionally checked out. Joey and Lucy have to admit they still love each other but are terrified of being vulnerable. The ending relies on some shallow, neat and tidy Hollywood wrapping paper. The road to get there is filled with genuine, recognizable marital trauma. It asks audiences to laugh at very real, terrifying prospect that the person sleeping next to you might feel like a total stranger. So why don't we get movies like Couples Retreat anymore? Why did this kind of storytelling completely vanish from the face of the earth? To understand that, we have to look at the year 2007. Superbad. Superbad was the absolute undisputed peak of the mid-level budget comedy empire. It cost around $20 million to make and brought over $170 million globally. It proved that you could put a few funny people in a room, write a phenomenal script about teenage anxiety and McLovin, and absolutely print fucking money. And for a decade, studios lived off this model. They spent $30 million on movies like The Hangover, The Proposal, or Couples Retreat, and these movies didn't need to save the universe from alien threat. They just needed to make people laugh, grab a solid box office return, and then dominate the DVD and cable rerun market for the next 10 fucking years. But then, streaming wars happened, and more importantly, international box office markets exploded. Hollywood boards of directors stopped being run by film nerds and started being run by algorithm risk assessment hedge funds, and they realized a devastating economic truth: a mid-level comedy doesn't translate globally. A joke about Vince Vaughn arguing with a salesman about a toy horse in Couples Retreat doesn't land the same way in international markets. But you know what does translate perfectly to every single human being on Earth? Regardless of language or culture, a giant blue alien hitting a giant robot with a laser beam. Visual spectacle is universal. Comedy is localized. So, the studio executives made a choice. They completely eliminated the middle tier budget. They decided they no longer wanted to spend $40 million to make a comfortable, safe $120 million back. That wasn't enough anymore. They wanted billions. They wanted intellectual properties. They wanted franchises. They wanted cinematic universes. They wanted toy lines, theme parks, and video game spin-offs. These people cannot get fucking enough. And because of this obsessive greed for billion-dollar return, comedies were the first genre to be pushed off the cliff. If a movie concept can't spawn a trilogy or sell a plastic action figure at Target, it doesn't get greenlit. Period. Think about it. When was the last time you went into a movie theater exclusively to watch a group of adults just talk and be funny? The few comedians and comedies we get now have to be multi-million-dollar action comedies or be stuck with star power or existential neon satires like Barbie. or they get dumped directly into streaming services with zero marketing buried under an algorithm where they die in 4 days. The death of the mid-budget comedy didn't just rob us of laughs, it robbed us of our humanity on screen. Movies like Couples Retreat, despite their flaws, allowed us to look at ordinary people dealing with ordinary messy problems like infidelity, career burnout, and aging, and it wrapped those bitter pill-like realities in a blanket of humor so we could swallow them together in a crowded theater while eating overpriced popcorn. We get the pill and we don't get the blanket. We just get $300 million green screen wasteland of superheroes punching CGI monsters while our real-world relationship problems rot in the dark. Couples Retreat wasn't a perfect movie, but it was a glorious star-studded attempt to make us laugh at a terrifying reality of growing apart from the person you love. In today's Hollywood, that kind of risk is too expensive, so dig up your old DVDs, dust off your Blu-ray player, and remember a time where movies just wanted to make you laugh, especially in a slapstick type of comedy movie. I believe we don't get that anymore with the movies we have nowadays. Anyway, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and comment below what your favorite 2000s comedy movie was. Anyway, see ya.
I'm talking in circles. I'm on an island. I'm getting island fever now. I'm starting to lose my mind. This is an early sign of things to come. What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem. Last word is ass-tastic. That's right. Ass-tastic. One word, ass-tastic.
Didn't want to go with the pet's name?
What if someone put a gun to your head right now and said, "Get into this second or I'll shoot"? Are they gonna make it? What do you say, huh?
What would you say? Whoa. Okay, no one has a gun to my head, Mr. Smith. It's hypothetical. It's not a place for inappropriate behavior, and you definitely don't pull a hypothetical gun on your therapist.
Technically, I was bit by a shark.
Were you bit or were you nipped? I mean, if you had been bit, you probably would have lost a great deal of blood.
What difference does it make to you two anyway, what you would call it? It hurt, and I had shark teeth penetrate my skin. Besides, Jason, it's your fault that it happened. The only reason I got bit in the first place is because you did the worst thing you could possibly do in that situation. You panicked and you threw a bucket of chum in my face.
I did the prudent thing and I got the hell out of the water. There were sharks in there, David. What was I supposed to do?
You know what? Remember it however you want to, and I'll remember it how it actually happened.
Dave, I mean, really, did they penetrate your skin? Do you really need that bandage?
Lucy, I don't know what to tell you, okay? You tell me if I need the bandage.
It looks like you scraped yourself on the ladder, maybe, on the way out.
I'm sorry?
Did you get out of the water abruptly?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it to you. Maybe I have tough skin. Perhaps lemon sharks don't leave that bad of a mark. Maybe they're pack animals and they're marking me for later. I don't know.
Dave, I was in a car accident once, okay? And it was really scary. I had nightmares, but...
I've been in a car accident, too. Have you ever been bit by a shark?
I was never bit by a shark. I'm just saying that I understand...
Say it again.
I was in a car accident.
No, say the last part.
I was never bit by a shark.
That's it. Then you shouldn't talk about it. You're a problem. You're a real problem. Eventually, at Applebee's all alone. And who wants to go to Applebee's by themselves?